Father above, we thank you for grace. We thank you for mercy, forgiveness, for conviction. I pray that this podcast ultimately brings glory to your name. That whatever we say inspires, whatever we say is graceful. That whatever we say comes from a pure place. So I just thank you for those listening and those that will listen. I thank you for the platform that you've given us, that you took in 3 boys and turned them into men that strive to serve you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Man, I'm about to start singing Boys to Men. Welcome to
Boys to Men.
Another edition of Trust the Process podcast. Yours truly, Rob the People's Plug Martin, joined by always the Italian stallion, the Reverend Nick Martin.
What's up? What up? What up?
They call me Pastor.
What's up?
And Julius Maddox, Mr. Irregular Stream.
What's happening?
Julie, the microphone's over here.
What up?
They heard me. Thank you, Sir Rob.
Can you do that afterwards?
I had to send it in. It's important.
What's up? What up? What up?
Okay.
Yes, sir, bro.
You probably behind, ain't you?
No, I ain't.
Man.
I'm behind my day.
Red Shot Chocolate.
2021, first episode of 2021.
No, this ain't.
Man, it started from the bottom.
Is this the first or second?
It's the second.
Well, we did it on the first, so this is actually the first.
The second.
No, this is the second. Come on, man.
Hey, you should listen.
Don't try to.
Listen to Rob's ideology.
Man, I ain't getting it.
Rob said this is a.
Oh, here we go with the lizard people.
What about it? He say is a decade, and his wife believed him until I walked in and I was like,
I remember you telling me.
I was
that.
like, are you serious right now?
That's my background.
Rob was like, is the decade today in 2020?
Yeah, I don't remember it because last year they were saying that it was the beginning of the.
That's like, am I really 30? Or am I like 30 and some change?
He was like, but it ain't one yet. I don't know what. And Amy was like, yeah, he's right. I was like, nah, Amy, he's wrong.
All right, you couldn't co-sign for that, could you?
Nah, my mind was blown.
Man. So 2021, coming out of last week's episode, was probably one of my favorite episodes we've ever had, intern season. Man, what a great conversation. If you haven't yet, go back and listen to it, watch it. When you guys get a chance, please subscribe, like, share the page.
What are we on? YouTube?
Man, we on everything.
Anchor?
Yeah.
What else?
Spotify.
YouTube, Facebook.
Spotify.
The Anchor Podcast.
They go on there and share
Google.
I always tell my daughter because she watches YouTube.
Google Play.
I say Google me, YouTube me.
Man, they don't even want to subscribe. Look, we're going to thank you for those that have subscribed because we building it. You know what I'm saying? Person by person. One day we'll look back and be like, man, y'all remember we had 2 subscribers?
Man.
Who made this hot
We
chocolate?
just trusting the process.
It's thick. It's like,
Man, Duncan.
did Santa Claus make it?
Yeah, don't do that to Duncan.
I know.
I'm not saying it's bad. It's good.
I seen a meme yesterday.
It's fire.
They said Duncan's the only place you pay the same price but don't know what kind of coffee you gonna get. They said one day is good and the next day.
No, it's consistent. I don't care what people say.
Hey, look, check
Dunkin'
this out.
Donuts coffee be
I
it.
love Duncan.
I was on 54 yesterday and I seen Popeyes. Guess what they got now?
What?
Mac and cheese.
Wow.
Look, you eat Popeyes chicken. I eat Chick-fil-A chicken. We ain't the same.
Yeah.
Jude tried to turn me on the Popeyes one time. Nick, was you were with us at one time when we had our Popeyes?
Man, don't try to blame that. Don't try to blame that
It's decent.
bad experience on me with that lady plunked
Oh
Rob.
my God, Nick, she wasn't playing either.
I
Nick was her.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
I was when we was in Alabama.
Yeah, Nick was like,
Say
don't say nothing.
He was going to say something bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she was trying to handle us.
I forgot what she said.
Well, she was looking like a greasy piece of chicken back there. Then it wasn't even that good. I don't even know how they even got put in the same debate.
Hey, that's what Jonna just told me about Whataburger. She said, Nick, I've been to 10 Whataburgers and all of them are ghetto.
No.
She said, I went through one. They was
first time.
She said they was playing Jeezy through the speakers.
Look, but
she said they was doing
Tropical orange juice.
She said, Nick, I don't care what Whataburger I've been to, it's been ghetto.
If I pull up to Whataburger and I hear Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation, I'm sorry, I got to pull off.
I told you that story about Whataburger.
I'm your favorite rapper's favorite rapper.
They asked Rob to buy some.
Yeah, he came outside
through the window.
Nah, he came outside like he was picking up trash.
He was trying to speak that lingo. He said you had that beard.
He was like, "Look, Poppy."
You had that rosé beard.
I was like,
"Nah." Oh no, y'all was the same color, Poppy.
Nah, look.
He was Cuban.
So then we went back this year. We went back.
Was he there again?
They done transformed the Whataburger.
See, they
It ain't the same.
new owner.
Listen.
I don't know what happened. But
Y'all can say what y'all want. You can say what you want, but Whataburger is not. It's no comparison to In-N-Out.
Man, you're crazy.
I ain't never been to
Oh,
Hey, look, In-N-Out,
this is the same person that said
Chick-fil-A.
Popeyes was better.
Chick-fil-A, Popeyes.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? In-N-Out, Whataburger.
What
Come
is
on,
it?
man. Whataburger straight. When have you seen a hood Whataburger? I mean, a hood In-N-Out.
I'm not talking about the appearance. I'm talking about what you get.
Well, a lot of times if you have that appearance, then people just cook. They be there cooking anywhere they want to cook.
Look,
Their hands be in there in the mix.
I like that.
They be like, we ain't got no ketchup. They be like, look, we'll make some. We got some tomatoes, some sugar.
That's how-
Let's stir it
That's
up.
how rallies be discouraging. You be going, you be looking like, oh, who's that guy doing something?
Hey man,
You don't know if rally's gonna give you food
Yeah, no.
poisoning or grease poisoning.
Tricky,
or
tricky.
what.
I bet they sold over 5 million in chicken box, $2 chicken boxes last year.
Oh, absolutely.
Look, when you got kids, look, when my kids
He's
was
a rally
younger-
supporter.
I know.
No,
He's a rally supporter.
Look, when you got
The
kids,
deal's so good, it's
Yeah.
like, I'm
you
gonna take
can't
my
pass it up. Yeah, you get chicken and fries for $2.
My kids know the difference.
How do you even do
Man.
that? Nah, come on. The difference in what?
And the chickens.
the $2 chicken and the 10.
Man, you better eat the
The
chicken.
$2 chicken in a McDonald's chicken nugget meal.
Yeah, man. It's
There ain't no difference.
Yes, there is.
There is
Bro.
no difference.
Okay.
Bro, McDonald's will sell you a 50-piece nugget for $5. There's something wrong.
When have they sold a 50-piece nugget for $5?
All right, for
That was like a
price.
special promotion.
Rob, that was like back in 2000.
They still do
He's
it.
still on the
No, they
dollar menu, ain't
don't.
he?
They have never sold a 50-piece chicken nugget. That's Burger King, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a big difference.
Burger King.
You eat a Burger King nugget and then you eat a
Oh,
McDonald's nugget. It's different.
They're both.
Burger King was like, we'll get you 10 nuggets for 38 cents.
They couldn't give away a nugget.
That's why when I see Popeyes, I was like, man, they trying to do anything to keep up.
No, Popeyes
We got mac and cheese now.
has been around just as long as
It's alright.
Chick-fil-A.
It's alright.
It's
Popeyes
different.
It's alright.
It's Southern
It's
food.
different.
You're talking about two
It's
different
alright.
restaurants, two different cultures.
Yeah, but
we would say in the food realm.
But how
Well-
dare they even compare themselves? Just
I
because
don't
you got
know.
a chicken patty.
Hey,
and
listen,
a
I
pickle.
don't care what they
It was
did.
good promotion.
Whatever they did that marketing, they did
Oh,
it
yeah.
right.
They said
They
it was
ran-
worth like millions.
They ran with it. Look, and then other chicken places try to get on it. Did you remember that? What's the other chicken place?
Lee's Chicken just dropped
They
theirs.
try to get on it.
It just ain't the same.
Lee Chicken is going. Look, my prediction: Lee Chicken will be closed down at the end of this year.
You're lying.
Huh?
Nah, man, look, I'll be seeing Lee's Chicken
You
and
know how much it costs to get a family meal from Lee's Chicken?
KFC's the same.
Look, my prediction is the same for KFC.
Man, I'll be seeing Lee's Chicken, they be jumping.
Lee's, yeah, it's thriving.
Jumping out the G.
They got two leads in. We got 2 leads. I mean,
When's the last time
Jumping.
you had to leave?
Jumping
All
out
the
the
time.
G.
That's what I'm saying.
I ate that the other day.
Did you? I tried the chicken.
I get their mashed potato bowls.
When I go
Got
to
mashed
Lee's, it's
potato,
like,
and look, I'm
When
telling
when
you.
you need to
They
get
got
like a
potato
family
with it.
meal, like a cheap family meal.
I mean, that's just the cost of living now. It doesn't matter. Wherever you go, you're gonna pay.
Look.
You go to Wasabi, you pay for a family, you're gonna pay 40.
Nah, it's a difference now.
No, but you're gonna pay for.
You're gonna pay about 80, 90
Oh yeah,
for a
yeah. Y'all,
family.
y'all sophisticated. We ain't doing that over my house.
No, I'm saying that's what you're gonna pay for a family meal. So
Who?
there's a big difference.
Where's this family meal?
Where's this family meal coming from Wasabi?
Moonlight Barbecue.
Man, for 80.
Look, so whenever you go through the drive through the fast food joints, look, I asked my kids one day. I was like, "Y'all want Long John Silver's?" They looked at me like, "Look, that's what our dad used to bring." Look, oh, I got to take out his story, Nick. They used to bring the crunchies on to us like they
Like
they
this is
bought
part of the
it.
meal, or
You
this
could go
is part of
through.
the
You used to be
meal.
able to go through
Just get
Captain
crunchies.
Lee's and Long John Silver's and get just the crunchies.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
The
old
crunchies
school,
with the
man.
leftovers.
Can I get the crunchies?
Yeah,
I've been there a few times.
they gave him up. Nick love. Look, but Long John Silver's brings up like memories as a kid. You know what I mean? Like
I used to go get them tacos.
When you eat it now, though, it's just too greasy.
yeah, something about it. That, you know, they just let it slide. They let it marinate in grease. But I just remember my dad always coming home with Long John Silver's, coming home from the pool, and he'd have some Long John Silver's on the counter. Oh, it hit different.
Long John still, you can eat that as leftovers. It's
Man,
still
look,
like-
fire.
Today in 2021.
I mean, I don't eat leftovers, but that's the one thing. Like, You can throw a piece of fish.
You better not eat that leftover. I'm telling you. Look, take
We're
it from me.
talking about back in the day.
Yeah.
But we still, I mean, like I still eat Long John Silver. I enjoy it sometimes, but I take a napkin and I pat my fish or chicken.
Hey,
You know what I
you gotta
mean?
cook after it's cooked.
Like they put it in the boxes. The box got grease.
Yeah, the box
It's
got
so
grease
much
dripping.
Oh man. Look, so real quick, man, while we get off our food thing.
Yeah, because we got to roll.
I was here. I was here.
Man, look, Rob, don't play that game.
First time ever.
Don't play that game.
He said,
The first
Rob,
He said y'all
come
was
on,
late.
come on,
first
Rob.
rule of
I
business
said, Rob,
is
you late every
start
week.
when you
Rob.
say you're gonna start.
Rob was a couple weeks ago. I remember Rob was late for like an hour.
Hour.
He was an hour late.
Man,
Talking about
he'll
the
always
train. Look,
call.
I swear the train dropped out of the sky. Just stopped
had
us in our
camera
tracks.
My charger.
I had camera
I left
malfunction.
my phone at home and I had it.
I had camera malfunction.
So I had to have somebody tape it to the drone, and they drove it to the location.
Look, check this out. Shame on the people.
Hey, what about when Rob borrowed somebody's drone?
All right, man.
I just see that thing fall from the sky. He was trying
You
to.
cannot pass
Hey,
go.
that's what Rob kept saying. The drone will never hit nothing. All of a sudden, it fell out the sky and hit the tree, and it just went and disintegrated. And when you messed up, it's like, oh, because he was showing off the drone. You remember he was showing it off, trying to fly it off clothes. He was like, look at the drone.
He was like, the videos are about to step. We're about to step the videos up.
Oh man.
He just seen the thing fall from the tree.
So he tried to look at it like it was going to put itself back together.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It was in too many pieces.
All right, look. All right, we got the laughs out.
Yeah,
We got
sure
the laughs
did.
out.
Thank you for that.
Good morning, my people. Good morning. They got jokes today. So look, shame on. I do want to talk about this real quick because it's in the local community. Shame on the people who went down and spray painted, the brick wall downtown. Man, it's
Oh, absolutely.
a disgrace, man. And what it did is it just showed me like, you try to build something up, and there's always going to be somebody to come in and try to,
Tear it down.
Yeah, man. It's just it's crazy.
It's just sad. I reached out to the neighborhood alliance because I think they're the ones that's over it, and just seeing how we could help.
Man, shout out to all the alliances in town trying to make the part of our city better. I think that it is important for us to come alongside them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. I just say
Another comment.
this one lady was talking to me about.
No, I'm going to read it out.
This one lady was talking to me, and I just was kind of hurt about it. She said when she seen her son seen Kaiser paint that mural down there,
Man,
and her son wanted to be a painter,
Yeah.
and she didn't know how to explain to him why somebody would write that over the what he painted.
man.
It just goes the same thing to, I mean, it's not the same situation, but as far as when our kids ask us, like, Dad, why is that going on? Why is that happening to that person? Why did he get shot? And you got to explain this to your kids. Have you ever had to explain something like it to your kids that it's just that you can't even wrap your mind around it?
Look, look. So we're like a melting pot in our family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, look. So even at night I got pulled over, and I had to go explain to my kids, like we talked about on the podcast. But I had to go explain it to my kids, like what happened and the reality of the world that we live in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it sucks. And it sucks trying to teach your kids, like, but I think the greatest thing that we can always teach our kids is even though we live in a world full of hate, man, take the high road.
Especially the kids that got like TikTok and stuff because they seen the.
They see it live.
I know,
too.
like Bella asked me, like, why's the cops killing black people?
Yeah,
And that was a hard question
that's what I'm saying.
because she seen the video come through TikTok or something, and
Man,
I was like, dang, like I didn't even know how to answer that.
Like you can't wrap your mind around like what's going on and how to, not necessarily reason, but help your kid to understand, like this is the world we live in.
right.
And it's sad because, I was thinking, man, whenever I was younger, we were teens, I was thinking, we experienced a lot of racism.
Man, you remember walking down the street?
Oh, yeah.
People riding by.
I can remember, because, as kids, we walked a lot of rode our bikes. And to, you're a teenager, anywhere from 12 to 16 before we was driving at like 14.
Man,
so
I had my first bike when I
from
was
like,
we didn't have bikes.
Me and Jew almost had a near-death experience.
a few of them. But just as a young kid riding through the streets, And hearing somebody yell out, the N word.
Yeah.
I'm talking. It wasn't. It got to a point to where it's just like, it is what it is.
Right. Yeah, you got used to it.
You know what I mean? So it's just that's what people don't understand. And I was explaining the other night is you can't sit here and tell me what stance I can take about a political view. I'm saying if you're standing behind something and it's in the open and you're marching or walking with the same people that are contributing to this, that are continuing to contribute to racism and rebirthing this over and over again. Like I can't rock with that. Like some of the dumbest comments I've ever seen. Like, oh, I didn't know. New stuff. What does a new stand for? I mean, you can just go on Google and put in noose and it'll tell you what it's. You're signifying. You're signifying. That's what it says. The exact definition. I mean, not the exact definition, but like urban dictionary. The urban definition is it signifies. It's signifying that. It's signifying ultimately racism, but also not just racism, but to try to like scare somebody. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like a scare tactic to get their agenda across, whether it was to get somebody to move out of town or just put them, in a fearful state to where, they're just scared to live life. And that's what, our cult back then, our families had to deal with was, can you imagine somebody come up to your house with guns and, whatever torches, and they're telling you, look, you better move out of this neighborhood?
Yeah.
Or if we catch one of your kids walking to school, we're going to hang you? You know what I mean? I'm saying, like, this is what it is. I remember, like, just seeing, like, or hearing or watching movies or documentaries where it talked about how if they wasn't across those tracks by a certain time, like, it wasn't like you was going to get a spanking. Like, your life is in jeopardy.
Yeah. If
you didn't make it on the other side of the tracks.
Yeah.
So you had to go to work and provide for your family. So I'm just saying this is in history. This has been, and I very rarely speak on things like this, but I mean, enough's enough, man. And it's just, but the crazy thing about it is us who we are. I mean, especially for me, I hear it on both sides. I hear it from, I get, racist comments from white people about me. Well,
there's a lot of people out here that maybe listen to this, maybe not know what you're talking about.
Okay, so so everybody knows, I have a decent presence on social media. So I get messages all the time, or my wife will get messages saying like, "Why do you date that nigger?"
Yeah,
you know what I mean. For somebody to, so imagine how she feels, and it's vice versa. I hear
because I love the chocolate.
Yeah,
that'd be funny. I've been just about some crazy stuff.
I just we use it, but I just quit entertaining it. Then I hear, the opposite side telling me it's a disgrace. You're a disgrace because you married that woman. Because you're dating outside your color.
Yeah.
And and my rebuttal to that is, I love all races, man. But I can tell you one thing, that whenever I needed a helping hand, I had my friends, but it was, white people who helped pull me out of the pit that I was in. You know what I mean? So like, what do I look like? I'm just saying, just in general, having a different view.
You're not saying that that's the only people that help.
That's not the only people that help, but I'm saying like it was a group. Yeah, it was a group effort. You know what I mean? It wasn't just one single.
That's right.
I can remember, Pastor Tapp coming to talk to me and trying to pour into me.
Yeah.
And I remember like Roger Chilton and Joshua Patterson and Cam.
Yeah.
It was a group effort. It was a team, and ultimately people won't see. We won't see change until people understand. One is have their eyes opened by Jesus. That's it, because it is not a racism issue. That's just under the umbrella of sin. It's all sin. It's what it all equates to, is sin. So until we see our need of a savior and we need to change the way we live our lives, we're gonna still keep going through this vicious cycle over and over again.
I always tell people, because I think what people try to do is, and I've seen this on your post, they try to tell you what they think you should believe. So it's the noose don't really mean what you think it means. The Confederate flag really doesn't mean what you think it means.
It's a cowboy symbol.
Like someone called me and it was like, that's what people try to do with the swastika now. They say, oh, it really don't mean what you think it means anymore. And Like, how can you tell me what a swastika means?
That's what I'm
When did that-
saying.
when
You
did
have
that-
a swastika on your forehead. I know what that means.
When's that become cool? That means, look, we ain't gonna be in the same room together.
Oh yeah, I seen somebody that we all know had all that those signs on some type of clothing, and it's like, since when did that become cool? Because I remember you pouring your heart out to people in the opposite color. I remember you riding the same cars with those people. So it's just it's whatever the culture's whatever their type of culture is doing
And I just think,
on that individual.
I remember so people think it was so long ago that this stuff happened.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't. Like, I remember watching this movie with my family. It was about these, not slaves, but it was house workers in the South. And what happened is they could clean the house, but they had to use a separate bathroom outside.
Man.
I forgot what the movie's name was.
Oh, come in and out of the back door.
Yeah, they had to come in and out of the back door, and they had all these rules. And they had these, a community of these black ladies that's what they was. It was
That
maids.
help?
Yeah,
That's
they
what
was
it
the
is.
help.
The help.
And I remember Bella asking me, like, Dad, how come the black people couldn't use the bathroom in the house?
But they could clean the bathroom.
But they could clean the bathroom and cook their food and everything else. And I just think people think that was like centuries and 100 years ago, and it's not.
Yeah.
You know, the crazy thing growing up in school and while in social studies, like we very rarely studied, black pioneers. You know what I mean? And understood like why it was so bad.
Oh, you don't think there's a reason?
Oh, I guarantee you.
It's just like what Vody says. Like, look, that's why. Like, I'm telling you, as a parent, the best thing you can do is set your children up for the best success possible, even if that means making certain decisions where they are or are not in certain situations.
Yeah.
Right? Because the public school system is going to push their agenda off on our kids. And I would say, look, our teachers have your kids more than you got your kids.
Absolutely.
So who has more influence?
Teachers. So I like what Bodie says is he says, because I think in the streets, like, especially in our culture, like the wrong thing gets glorified. So we teach our kids that, ball players are the heroes.
That's right.
Drug dealers are the heroes. And I was listening to Bodie one time and he said, you have to be intentional about showing your kids doctors that look like them.
That's right.
Lawyers that look like
That's
them.
right.
Astronauts that look like them. Engineers that look like them. And make them, hey, you can do this.
That's right.
It's not just go play basketball or nothing else, or go play sports or nothing else. It's you can be an engineer, you can be a doctor, you can be a lawyer, you can be a scientist.
Yeah.
And there's many other people that have done it too. They just may not be highlighted in our culture today.
No, and that's the thing. It's like, it is important to see that. Think about, okay, so it was just, I would say in terms of humanity, we are just not even on the backside, the cusp of Dr. Martin Luther King standing up and giving his speech, where they just had the same thing, right? The other day on Capitol Hill, Martin Luther King stood there and said, I have a dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somehow in the midst of everything that went on the other day on Capitol Hill, you do get a sense of hate that comes from that.
Oh yeah.
Right? But it like I said, it wasn't that long ago. We're not too far removed from his I Have a Dream speech.
Yeah.
We're not too far removed from his assassination because he stood up for what he believed in. But at the same time, it was just a few years ago that we did have the first African American president. So there is strides, but what seems to be happening is, we take a few steps forward, then we take a few steps right back. Right?
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing I think now is social media shows it all. So
everything.
Before, I believe it was kind of, we knew it was going on, but it was kind of everybody lived it in their own way.
Yeah, here's what
Whereas
happens.
now you see it, like the picture of the guy holding the rebel flag in the Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
Like you see what's going on a, not this is saying just Owensboro and locally, this is on a national level.
Yeah, you see it instantly too. So, but I'll tell you a lot of time what happens is I was thinking about it the other day, big media you know, if I want you to believe a certain type of way, I'm going to show you this angle over and over and over, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what seems to happen is whatever I want you to concentrate on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my magnifying glass and I'm going to show you that. And I'm going to show you a lot of it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So the problem that has happened is politicians, big businessmen, big pharmaceutical companies, they have all been bought out by certain people who want to spread a certain message.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever you get online and you get on social media, YouTube, whatever it is, we're in the age of technology. You're going to see a consistent message be portrayed because they want to take that magnifying glass and magnify certain whatever.
But I think that's why it's so important for us to always protect your character, to always protect who you align yourself with, to always protect what you're watching, because, you know, like I seen where people was telling Jew again, like what he should believe. And you can't tell me, like if you're at a Klan march and you're marching with the Klan, you support what the Klan does.
All right.
Like you cannot spin that.
That's right. We was here to give them water.
You cannot spin that.
Yeah.
If you was marching with the Klan, I don't care if you had on a mask or not. You're supporting their whatever that word is,
Preaching.
ideology.
Man, you
Yeah.
preaching.
And not
if you
because
marking with the Klan.
It breaks my heart because so many people try to spin it into nationalism and love for our country.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead, Jude.
And it's not, man. It's when you display a noose. I don't care what it what it represents to Jew is pure hate. And as you know, what he said is, Jew didn't say I couldn't believe people wasn't there. I can't believe that happened. He said I can't believe my brothers and sisters in Christ were there to support that.
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead, Jude.
And that's what some people say. They'll portray that, oh, this is for the country. This is for the country. Listen, and this is, I mean, you can't dispute this. Like when Trump became president, he pretty much greenlighted all the people, made it comfortable to come out of the woodworks and share what you believe.
Gassed up.
Gassed up. I mean, and not just show them, but above and beyond that. Like, this is our country, let's take it back. But the way it was portrayed is in, like, almost causing this division of black and white people should be against each other. You know what I mean? Like the way, because of the way he treated some of the black people early on.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
The way that he chose to say certain
Things, yeah, man.
almost came with like a green light to say, look, if they don't like it, they don't like
They
it.
can go back. I've seen people say it. If you don't like it here, go back to Africa. How are you going to say that? I just don't that's one thing I don't understand, because from what I've been taught in school is that this country was stolen in the first place. So, I mean, for somebody to have the audacity to say that in the beginning, African Americans were the ones who pretty much paved the way and built the land, right? So, I mean, for somebody to come across and say that, how arrogant, cocky, and egotistical for you to say, forget about it, that's in the past, that's not a part of us, but you're still marching with the same people who have those same opinions and stand for something that's, about division, man. It's saddening, man. I hated that my kids are going to have to grow up in this and have to deal with this too. It's just going to, it's unfortunate.
So
it's going to happen.
So now that we see that, what do we do?
I mean, we're doing what we're doing. We're playing a role in it right now.
That's right, because change is possible.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's just like back then. That's like, back in the 50s and 60s, when Jim Crow came about, and it was this ain't as bad as slavery, so y'all are lucky y'all get to drink out of a water fountain. Y'all just can't drink out of this water fountain, right?
Yeah.
Thank God that there was men that stood up and was men. Because it could have, it could have very easily went a different way. Like, I would say that we're not in that era. We're not in the era where dogs are getting released, but you see glimpses of it, right? You see the knee on the neck, right? You see these pictures, and you see what it is you see the core come up sometimes, right?
Yeah, oh, definitely. And I think it's our job, again, to highlight what those are doing on a positive basis in our community. Because so often, like what you said, the media will try to portray it like black people are thugs, black people are drug dealers, black people are criminals.
Yeah.
But then, like, I see, like, Travis Housley serving pizza at the Fishing
Oh,
Park
absolutely.
every Friday.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then you see, like, what Drew does with his platform. And then you see, like, you know, a lot of other people in our community, the Neighborhood Alliance. You see, you know, that they got that mural painted. You see so many people that are doing positive things in our community, and I don't think it gets enough recognition. or
Absolutely.
But if someone gets arrested or someone's selling drugs, it's going to be all over the news.
I mean, I think that's part of it too. Is like everybody plays their individual role.
That's right.
You know, so when people have formed these you know, these opinions about other races and have these views about them, a lot of times, I'm gonna say it all the time, whether white, black, yellow, green, we put ourselves in that situation.
That's right.
You know, instead of being above reproach, like we make ourselves look bad. We make our races look bad. So, and that's, you know, that's the downside to it is, look, like we're just dogs in nature. You know, we live any way we want to live. If we haven't, and I use that term simply because, you know, if you don't teach and I made this poor analogy, but if you don't teach a dog, what's a dog gonna do? If you don't take a dog out to use the
Nick
bathroom?
knows.
Huh?
Nick got a crazy one.
Nah, my dog is good now.
So
Your dog is good. Hold on.
Look, that's
Your
another person.
dog is good now. Your dog is good now.
Oh yeah, it was crazy.
But at one time, that dog would get out and run like the wind.
So the point I'm trying to make is at one point in time, Nick was like, man, dogs are just
I said this dog.
dogs.
I said,
No,
this
he was
dog-
like, dogs, I ain't never get a dog again. It didn't matter what kind of dog it was. He just put that on all dogs, right?
Yeah, true.
So that's kind of the same
That's
concept when it comes to, like, you know, mankind is when we look at a certain type of person or a certain culture nowadays, it's a culture.
And that's something I get popular.
You know, we put it over everybody, just the same how they treated people from, you know, from overseas whenever all the 9/11 stuff was going on.
Oh yeah, same thing they're doing now to Hispanic people.
Exactly,
you know.
exactly.
And it's always going to go. You know, there's always going to be some sort of it. But that's why I think it's important for men to rise up and be men. But I don't want to get away from that real quick. Let's kind of break it down. Like even a puppy, right? You're in the puppy business, right?
Absolutely.
So and I heard it's paying off pretty good. Heard you got the bag.
You
know, heard you got the bag.
Don't do me,
You said it.
Rob. You know how much money we have invested over the past 2
You
years?
didn't say that though.
He still got dogs left.
All right,
we got
look.
2 dogs left.
Look, so check this out.
2 out of 7. Well, we got puppies coming up, but
The bag.
we got
Cha-ching.
17. We had 17 puppies,
Cha-ching.
and but you gotta understand that it costs money
So I have them,
to have them. Like,
that was a long-term investment, wasn't it?
oh, long term investment.
All right, look. So let's break down the concept of what you got to do with a dog, right? Because we're not saying that people are animals, people are dogs, right? But I'm gonna speak for men. I'm a man. There's this book that talks about this. It breaks it down. It says there's 2 parts of a man. There's the dog, and then there's the king. And you're always going to be feeding one or the other.
Oh, absolutely.
And the one you feed the more is the one that's going to be out.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe talk about what you have to do with a dog.
I mean, you have to train it. You have to do it just like any other thing. You have to show it discipline, show it direction, correction, direction and correction. And, you know, you have to reward it also. So
That's good.
the same thing as Nick was talking about. You have to, a lot of times you focus on the bad stuff instead of focusing on, you know, people who are doing good, and you reward them with whether it's a verbal reward or supporting the cause.
Yeah.
So
I see it all the time. I see Nick when he takes out his dog. Nick, what you got to do when your dog goes and does the right thing?
Just shake the treats.
You got to give it. Look, Nick's dog got out one day and he was like, Rob, all I got to do is just shake the box and she comes.
did she come?
Yeah. Yeah, but she used to not be like that though.
Nah, I trained her well.
Nick, tell him how she used to do.
She got a glimpse of the back door.
Be out of
Straight
it,
to
huh?
the creek.
Hey, look. Plus, she was like one of them.
She was a Tasmanian devil.
She was like a wild horse that had to be broke, and that's what happened. Look, I ain't gonna.
And you had her since a puppy, right?
Yeah, now
Since a puppy.
She's the best dog on earth now.
Yeah, she is a good dog. But she used to be wild. I'm telling you, I used to hear stories like, look, I'm done with this dog.
Oh, no.
I just like to give up.
I just couldn't bring myself to get rid of her. So I always be like, if she runs, she runs.
Look, I'm telling you, one of the greatest inventions, and a lot of people don't come attacking us, but you know how they got the PETA people, right? But
Static. Shoot static.
Huh?
Go ahead.
But what one of the greatest inventions that I think that they came out with to help a dog know its boundaries is the invisible fence.
Yeah, static treatment.
Is that what it is?
That's what you call it. That's a good
well,
way.
is that the proper term?
Static.
When I call it getting zapped.
Yeah.
Look, because what you do, because you train a dog how to go a certain length, they begin to know, look, I can only go this far.
I'm about to look at these comments.
Oh yeah.
Look, but then they want to play with that line, right? Nick, we talked about it. We used this analogy one time about a fence or a horse getting next to a electric fence.
Oh yeah.
You know, it ain't until you get zapped that you're like, look, I can't go around that fence.
That's right.
And in human nature, I don't need to touch that fire.
Yeah.
And so I look it down in my hand and it's burned.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, how many times have you, like, out of all the lessons that we've learned, how many times have you been in a position where somebody's told you not to do something,
Man.
and you did it anyway?
You had to learn the hard way.
You had to learn the hard way.
Right.
Oh, we was talking about it the other day with Flip and Rob whenever we was leaving the Wasabi, and Nick had told you guys, like, look, don't do it. Like, y'all better not do it.
Oh, man.
And what y'all do?
They went and did it.
They went and did it. Wow, this is gonna haunt you forever.
Man.
What's a part of it?
Look, we are either feeding the dog or we feeding the king. And that's what thank God that I've been dropped on my head a few times. But look, that last time I got dropped on my head, it hurt bad enough to where I was like, look, I ain't trying to fall on my head again.
Yeah, I always just think, I taught a class at FOS yesterday, and that was the one thing I taught on is you're going in one direction or another with every decision you make.
That's right.
It's not just like you make these small decisions. It's taking you in every decision you make, whether it's the coffee you drink, whether it's the things you listen to, whether it's the woman you choose, it's taking you on one path or another path.
Yeah, one general direction.
And there's not just a small decision. And I was just encouraging them to, be sure you're making the right small decisions because they lead to bigger decisions. So it's like, the quote we always listen to, if you hang around with 5 clowns, you'll be the 6th.
Right.
If you hang around with 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. If you hang out with 5, people that love Christ, you'll probably be the 6th person that loves Christ. So all those small decisions in your life and what you're feeding into is what's going to grow. And that's why I think it's so important at the beginning of each year is to reflect on what am I feeding myself?
That's right.
What direction am I headed into? And how am I going to get there? So like the goals you have, the goals you have, the goals I have, they will only be successful by the decisions we make on a daily basis and what we're feeding ourselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man, I just keep thinking about the dog and like how, you take a puppy and you can say when that dog is a puppy, I'm either gonna do this with it or I'm gonna do this with it. You can go outside and feed that dog blood and just the craziest stuff, right? And this dog can get real big and you can teach it to kill. You can teach a dog to kill, right? People do it. People teach dogs to fight. People teach dogs to attack, right? And you have that choice. And I think that just using that as an example, we have a choice whether or not to tame that dog inside of us.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, I agree. It's in there somewhere, but you better kill it.
That's what I'm saying. So either you're going to feed it or you're going to kill it. You're going to starve it out.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's the process of just in general, that's sanctification. You want to try to kill. That's what we call it, killing the flesh.
Yeah. Day
in and day out. So, but that's the thing. It always tries to find its way to rear back. It never completely dies out. Never completely dies out.
The process is never completed.
So that's exactly what I'm saying.
Until Jesus comes and fulfills it.
That's right. So you look at the things going on, and it may get less and less of whatever it is, but you see these moments that pop up and evil wants to rear its head, right?
Oh yeah.
So you see it pop up, and I
look at it like this. I look at it like at the a lot of times that you see it at the zoo, like you got to be on alert at all times.
Hey man, look
so when you're at the zoo, you always see that man when he's around the lions. He's got that stick, and when he's got that stick, that lion stays in check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you ever seen that?
Hold on now.
No, I'm dead serious. Look, them lions do not play when them dudes got that stick.
Okay. You need to look up. You need to look up when lions attack the man with the stick.
Man, look, no.
Hey, I'm telling you, that man, the stick don't do nothing for the man. Look, he thinks he's in charge.
Ain't that life?
Here's the thing.
Ain't that life sometimes? If you ain't in check and you ain't on alert,
it's gonna get you.
Okay, then.
That's what I'm
All
saying. Look, that dude be in the middle of with the 10 lions. Talking about, look, I ain't talking about 10. I'm talking about one-on-one. I ain't in there with 10. Let's say one-on-one, and he think he's doing something with the stick. Let that lion realize it's a lion.
No, it's the elephant analogy, though. Like, have you ever seen that where they say they train an elephant by tying it off to something?
Yeah.
So that's how they punish it, is they tie it off.
Right.
And they said eventually they'll just tie off the elephant to a chair, and the elephant won't move.
Ooh.
Because it's trained to, when it's tied off, to not move.
That's a big nugget right there.
So what they say is, look, the elephant can move. The elephant can go. It's just trained not to.
Ooh.
It's just trained when it feels that little tug on its foot.
I gotta give it to him. That's a big nugget.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't go anywhere.
That's good.
And the meme is, if the elephant just picks up its leg, the chair is going.
If the elephant only knew it was an elephant.
It's just conditioned from they said they do it from birth.
Yeah, I get what y'all are saying, but I'm just saying, just in general, to be on, we're going a whole different direction.
Yeah.
I'm saying you have a lion inside of you. You got 2 lions, right?
That's good.
But you have one's good and one's bad. You know, and you have to keep that lion in check. You have to be alert at all times. You got to get that stick ready. You got to get that cattle prod ready. Now let a lion get hit with a cattle prod and tell me if that lion's going to be ready to go. No, absolutely not. Cattle prods are laid down that's what a cattle. It's named after a cow.
Cattle prod?
A cattle. You've never seen a cattle prod
that burns you?
No, it doesn't burn you. It's got a flow of electricity running at these 2 prongs, and it's a stick, and you just touch it.
They lay out.
You talk about looking at the lions attack. When lions attack, go look at cattle prods. You tell me.
Man, I'm gonna have to look that up. Right? But look, the thing is,
he's like, man, I'm gonna have to get my wife together.
But look, here's the thing: is about like the zoo, right? These animals have been conditioned, just like, are y'all in it? What's up?
Yeah, we're a little doing it.
Just like the animals at the zoo, right? You see them animals attack?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You see them people want to play with the animal?
For sure.
Oh yeah.
And then the animal realizes, like, look, I need to be played with. I was watching this video one day of this gorilla, and this gorilla, they had to snap back into reality.
So to hone everything in, just know that we're lions. Don't keep poking the lion. Don't keep poking the bear. People want to grab people. Look, I'm telling you, I was so fired up.
Look,
people wanted to gaslight you the other day. They wanted to get me going.
He's like, go, Jew.
That's what there was one to do. There was one to try to get me to get out of character.
Yeah.
But I know that I wouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, like, don't do it.
Oh yeah.
Just don't do it, because once I get to that point, it's past the point of no return.
A wise man thinks before he speaks.
Oh, absolutely. So, guys, we love you guys and we appreciate it. Were you going back in?
Are we done?
I mean, I thought we was done.
I thought we was done too.
Man, y'all was done 20 minutes ago.
How much more?
I'm saying, snap on these people. Look.
How much more can we talk? Rob, calm down.
Hit the reject button.
Calm down.
They
about to bring out the gorilla.
Hey,
all right,
we appreciate you.
Friday.
That was weird. We wrapped it up. Man, so y'all just done.
Man, we've been on for an hour.
Rob, we've been talking about. when we gonna beat the horse?
Look, y'all done.
No, we haven't. We've been in it.
Our chocolate's gone.
Hey, why is he mad right now?
Can we get an intern?
Yes.
We need an intern.
Yes.
Somebody that I can communicate
he's
with.
Confused right now.
I need somebody.
He's usually wrapping it up.
I know, right?
Hey, have a great day.
Have a great
day.
day.
I hope y'all's New Year's goals is going well. It's the first week of the year. Hope you ain't gave up by then.
Just remember, if you're part of the church, guys, come on, man. Like, we represent something bigger. And you know, we should consider how, if we call ourselves like real, true, authentic Christians, and we say we live by it, then you need to think about your brother or sister, how they feel. There's certain things I don't say, there's certain things I don't do because I care about my brother or my sister. So at the end of the day, no matter how you look at it, you ain't gonna change my view on it because it's set in stone. You know what I mean? I've made I've said what I had to say, and I'm done. But don't tell me what God is telling me. God will tell me first before he would tell you. So like, I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm just as in tune with Jesus as the next person. So I mean,
yeah, for sure.
How God tell you, but He didn't tell me. Did we? Well, we missed the message. We missed the memo.
We back on, baby.
I wasn't in the group chat.
Man, I mean, like, what kind of line of connection you got to him?
Man, straight in.
So, all right, guys.
Be a regular.
Rob.
I mean, y'all know
Ross,
it's a conversation.
Be a regular.
Listen, you know
when it's about that time to wrap it up on the phone, like, all right, I'll see you later.
That's what Nick be doing. Nick be like,
all right, well, yeah. Just let me know. Just let me know. Just let me know.
Yeah.
I'll let you.
So what you got to say about that, Nick?
What? Say about what?
Well, about what you said.
I think what you said is on point. Like, you got to watch who you align yourself with. You know, if you type in KKK at a church, a picture pop up with a KKK in the church. With a big sign that says Jesus saves. And I don't know if you ain't never seen that picture. But,
if you knew what?
Type in KKK at a church. And
KKK at a church.
I mean, it's an old picture, but it'll pop up with Jesus saves, and they don't represent the Jesus that I serve.
Man,
so it's
that's a nugget.
So it's like, look, I don't serve the KKK Jesus, and I don't serve.
Wow. Yeah, so we don't serve the KKK Jesus.
So you ain't never seen that picture. I always look at it about once a month.
Man, look.
But
KKK at a church.
Yeah, so like it'll pop right up. So you got to really watch who you align yourself with. If you call yourself a Christian,
Jesus saved.
We don't serve the KKK Jesus.
A brother or sister in Christ, because it's more. It ain't about you and what you believe. You know, KB has a quote. He says, "If everybody around you agrees with you, thinks like you, talks like you, walks like you, then it's you that you're serving."
See, I knew he'd get into preaching. That's why. I knew he was about to get it. That's
so
the
you
right.
got to have people around you. And I like what Jessica Lee put on there.
What she put?
Worship Jesus, don't worship your pastor.
I know that's right.
And I just like it. Like, look, as a pastors, we can be wrong sometimes. But sometimes pastors get put on a pedestal that whatever they say, no one can ever go against.
Yeah.
And look, if I'm ever wrong, everybody has permission to say, Nick, you're wrong.
That's right. Well, you got to be in your life, though. You just can't be anybody. But the thing is what you just said, just like how they do pastors, the president is not Jesus.
Ooh.
Man, we know it.
Right? I don't care who it is.
Right.
He's the president of the United States. He is not the savior.
That's right.
Yeah.
Too many people running around here treating him like he's Christ.
That's right.
Absolutely. It's absolutely.
Word. Terry said, y'all was just getting warmed up.
That's what I'm saying. Terry Pollard.
Y'all finish up. I got to roll, guys. I love you guys.
All right,
I'll catch you
man.
guys.
Terry, I'm proud of you, man. Keep grinding in your business. See, more things I guess should be highlighted. What Terry's doing, what Travis is doing, what Jude's doing, what Rob's doing, what the Neighborhood Alliance is doing. Highlight it.
All right, guys.
All right. See you next week.
Keep fighting the fight.
Have a good week. Peace.